Huh? Yesterday, I think, wait a minute. We discussed up to 26th bit, Nana? Able to hear me, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, question paper is posted in our group, sir.
Oh, it's there in our group. Okay, very good. So, incoming senior NPLAC batch 1. Doesn't matter. Here also, I think, should be there.
Yes, sir, it's there.
It's there, beta. So, we have done up to anyhow, question number 1, in some plants, flowering is either quantitatively, qualitatively. It was nothing but vernalization. Kadanana. For 2, it was periodism, depending on the day and night durations. For 3,
Fertilization.
which is affected by light, of course, fertilization to do with. And 4th, it was 5 to 10 degrees centigrade, low temperature treatment, vernalization, so should be first option. That is one only. 5th one, plants which require exposure to light for a period of exceeding critical day duration means long day plants. Less than critical day duration means short day plants. What was critical day duration period in general, Nana?
10 to 14 hours.
10 to 14 hours. Less to 10 hours is short day plants. More to 14 hours is long day plants. Then 6th one, plants which disregard requirement of definite. It is nothing but saying flower irrespective of day and night durations. And that was the case with the day neutral plants. 7th, flowering in short day plants is induced by short day but uninterrupted long nights. That is also important. First option. 8th one, the photoperiodic stimulus in plants is perceived by which organs, Nana? Leaves. Vernalization is the effect of low temperature on, of course, flowering in plants. So acceleration of flowering, second option. 10th, Mendel experiments are first base to scientific explanation of heredity and variation. So fourth option, 1 and 2. 11th, number of pairs of characters used by Mendel during his experiments were how many, beta? Here should have been pairs of varieties or pairs of traits. It should have been as given character, but anyhow, it is 7, no problem. 12th, which of the following characters of pea plant was not studied by Mendel? Which one, beta? Color of plant. Length of plant was 1, vegetative character, then flower related were 2, fruit related were 2, seed related were 2. So color of plant was not considered. In fact, it doesn't make any difference. 13th, humans knew from as early as 8000 to 1000 BC that one of the causes of variations is in what, Nana? Sexual reproduction. 14th, Mendel coined the fundamental physical unit of heredity as factor.
Unit factor.
15th, alleles are, we know, alternate forms of a gene. Fourth option. 16th, the location of a particular gene of a given chromosome. What was it called, Nana? Gene locus.
Gene locus.
17th, when the maternal and paternal chromosomes ఒకసారి సతాయిస్తుంది చెక్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. Able to hear me, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why is this troubling? Yesterday also same problem we had. ఎక్కడి వరకు ఏ క్వశ్చన్ వరకు విన్నారు నాన్న మీరు? యూ హర్డ్ అప్ టు
16th, sir.
16th. Very good. So gene locus, all right. 17th. So when maternal paternal chromosomes are with same allele, same location, do we call homozygote or heterona? Homozygous.
Zygote.
In a homologous pair, homozygous condition or homozygote. Suppose if it is two alleles of different types, then we call it
Heterozygous.
like capital T, small t, heterozygous or heterozygote. 18. The trait that is expressed in homozygous and heterozygous conditions. Here little bit ambiguity there better. If you know about codominance, you can opt even that also. In case of the codominance, two different alleles, both are expressive when they are together also, Nana. When they are together expressive, when they are separate also expressive. So, as of now, it is dominant trait we take it as, because the trait that is expressed in homozygous as well as in heterozygous is dominant, capital T. Whether it is capital T or capital T small t, it was dominant because it was expressing. Same you are going to see even for codominance also, Nana. Anyhow, that part was not covered up till now, but otherwise that could also be chosen as. 19th, a dwarf pea plant was treated with gibberellic acid. So what happens when treated with gibberellin? It becomes tall, isn't it, Nana? If that tall plant is crossed with another tall plant, what will be the phenotypic ratios in F2 generation? It's same like monohybrid cross, Nana, because physically you made it to tall by gibberellins. Genetic makeup you have not changed. So it should be taken as literally cross between dwarf and a tall. In which case, 3:1 phenotypic ratios. In which case, third option, 75% tall, 25% dwarf. Remember, Nana, when we were discussing gibberellins, one of the functions as removing genetical dwarfism, there also we said, you treat with gibberellins, plant will grow tall, but its genetic makeup is not changed. You can't expect the tall plants for next generation unless you again go for gibberellins or you change the genetic pattern. So you have made tall by gibberellin spray, but you didn't alter the genetic makeup inside. So it should be taken as on par with a normal monohybrid cross, in which case 3:1 phenotypic ratios means 75% tall, 25% dwarf. So answer should be 3. 20th, Nana. In a typical monohybrid cross, percentage of F2 progeny resembling F1 progeny phenotypically. F1 progeny were dominant only. So how many you see in F2 progeny with dominant, Nana? 3 out of 4. So percentage becomes how much, Nana? 75. Inpistunda, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 75% means second option. 21st. In a typical monohybrid cross, percentage of F2 progeny resembling F1 progeny genotypically. F1 progeny means genotype was capital T small t, means heterozygous. How many in F2 are with heterozygous tall, Nana? 2 out of 4. So should be 50%, means answer is 3. 22. Percentage of pure individuals in F2 of a monohybrid cross. Pure
50%.
individual means how much, beta?
50%, sir.
50%, because 25% pure tall, 25% is pure dwarf. So total pure is 50 out of 100. So 50%. 23. Ratio between the number of kinds of homozygous types and the number of kinds of heterozygous types in F2 progeny of monohybrid cross. Homozygous in F2 are how many kinds? Means two kinds you can say, Nana, because dominant homozygous was there, recessive homozygous also there. Both are homozygous, but different types within that. So they are homozygous too. Heterozygous is concerned only one, Nana. Types in that, only one, because capital T small t was only one type. No other types are possible there. So what should be the answer, Nana? 2:1. Because homozygous are two types, heterozygous is only one type, so 2:1. 25th, in Mendel's experiments, sorry? Okay, in Mendel's experiment, it is observed that alleles of parental pair segregate or separate at the time of formation of gametes. They should have waited for this question next week, Nana. That comes under law of segregation, purity of gametes. But anyhow, you have the idea. During meiosis, capital T small t were getting separated. So, it is observed that alleles of parental pair segregates or separates at the time of formation of gametes. Nothing but meiosis, Nana. Actually, even calling at the time of gametes also is not correct, Nana. It happens during meiosis is more appropriate, because in plants meiosis occurs much before gametes formation. In animals anyhow, meiosis was straight away giving rise to gametes. That's why it was called gametic meiosis. So animal in general you take is answer 3, okay, but otherwise it can as well be meiosis time. It can as well be during meiosis in spore mother cells. I mean spores formation time also they can interpret. Right. 26th, how many types of gametes are formed from a F1 plant of monohybrid cross? How many types possible from F1, Nana? F1 was heterozygous, capital T, small t. So you get how many types of gametes? Means two types. Heterozygous for one, two types. 27th, which of the following chemical substance is not a seed dormancy causing substance? ABA was causing dormancy, phenolic compounds causing dormancy, parascorbic acid causing dormancy. Gibberellins, no. What for gibberellins were used actually, Nana? To remove dormancy, not for inducing dormancy. 28. Find out the correct option regarding gibberellic acid and nitrates. Both are used for break of seed dormancy, isn't it, Nana? Seed dormancy removed by gibberellins and also nitrates. 29th. Winter varieties of barley, wheat, and rye are usually harvested around which time, beta? Midsummer. Even if you sow them in spring season, you have to wait for next midsummer. If you have sown in autumn season, just in midsummer, they can come to harvesting stage. Inipistunda beta? Able to hear me, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. 30th. Sahiwal cow belongs to which state, Nana?
Punjab.
Sahiwal cow are obtained through what method, Nana? Artificial selection and domestication. 32. The process of transmission of parental characters to the offspring is nothing but heredity, which can as well be called inheritance. 33. In monohybrid cross, the genotypes of F1 tall plant is F1 tall plant is heterozygous, so it should be
Capital T, small t.
Yes.
Sir, in this question, we have key correction.
Correct, Nana. 33. When they were correcting your paper, they have given wrong. But in the key finally given, you find answer is one only, no, beta? In the key given to you,
Yes,
answer
sir.
first one. But when they were correcting your papers, they have taken it as other one. Which one that was? 3, capital T, but should be capital T, small t. 34th, in monohybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is, of course, 3:1. well known to us. 35th, how many homozygous dominant pea plants formed in F2 generation of monohybrid cross? Homozygous dominant were how many beta? 1 out of 4, 25% in F2 progeny. So should be third option. Section B, let's go to 36th. How many homozygous recessive pea plants are formed in the F2 generation of monohybrid cross? Recessive pea plant is good enough, Nana. Whether they say homozygous or not, automatically it is homozygous because recessive is expressed only when in homozygous recessive condition. How many was it, Nana? 1 out of 4.
4.
Should be first option. 37th. How many homozygous tall pea plants are formed in F1 generation of monohybrid cross? Homozygous tall pea plants. 1 out of 4, Kanana. Pea plants are formed in F2 generation of monohybrid cross. It should be option 1 out of 4. Just said 1 out of how many not mentioned. It should have been actually. So homozygous tall were 1 out of 4. Nothing but capital T, capital T. It is not getting rectified. I don't know why. Able to hear me, Nana?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
38th now, beta. Among the following statements, how many are correct with respect to monohybrid? Yeah. The parents of F1 progeny are homozygous. Is it? No. They were heterozygous. B. F2 progeny are formed from a heterozygous hybrid by selfing. Correct. B is correct. All F1 progeny are heterozygous. No, need not be. He's asking us to choose correct. So far, only one correct. That was B, right? Then D. Contrasting traits did not show any blending at their F1 or F2 stage. Correct, Nana. So should be T. 2 out of 4 are correct. Should be second option. Better. 39th. How many years Mendel did hybridization experiments on garden pea plant? How many years, Nana?
7 years.
7 years. Chosen 7 characters. Chosen 7 pairs of traits or varieties. 48th. Find the incorrect statement from the following. Mendel applied statistical analysis and mathematical logic to the problems in biology. Correct. Mendel selected 14 true breeding pea plants for his study. Correct. Mendel's experiment had large sampling size. Correct. What is he asking for choosing? Incorrect, no? Yeah, fourth should be incorrect. Mendel selected sweet pea plant for his experiment. Was it sweet pea or garden pea, Nana?
Garden pea, sir.
Garden pea. So fourth is incorrect. 41. Punnett square was designed by who? Reginald T. Punnett.
First option.
Oh, what options they have given to confuse you? 42. How many of the given traits of garden pea can also be there in heterozygous state? How many of the given traits of garden P can also be there in heterozygous state? Okay. Dominant can be in heterozygous. Ante kada nana? Recessive should always be homozygous. So green is indirectly asking us to find out which are dominant. Green seed is not dominant. Inflated pod, yes, one is dominant. Axillary flower position, yes, dominant. Two. Dwarf plant, no. Yellow pod, no. Which color pod was dominant, Nana? Green colored. Round shape is yes. So 3 out of them are correct, means first option only. 3 only are dominant. Is asking indirectly about dominant. 43. Mendel investigated characters in garden pea plant that were manifested as. What beta? 2 opposite strains, because there are only 2 alleles for his fortune. So should be first option only. 44th, as per Mendel, the factors are those which are stably passes from generation to generation. Stably pass from generation to generation, correct? Remain unchanged, yes, 2 is correct. Pass from parent to offspring through gametes, yes, correct. So should be all of these. Option 4. 45th, genotype of F2 tall plant in monohybrid cross. Tell me, Nana. Possibilities capital T, and also capital T, small t. So it is 3. 46th, factors considered by Mendel treated today as genes. Ante kada Nana?
Yes, sir.
47th, when the maternal and paternal chromosomes carry different alleles at the same locus. Same alleles at same locus was homozygous. So different alleles at same locus is heterozygous. So should be first option. 48. Recessive trait of flower color in garden pea plant selected by Mendel is. Flower color recessive enanadi should be white. So second option. 49th. Dominant traits of seed color in garden pea plant selected by Mendel is. Seed color dominant is Nana? Yellow. Fruit color dominant Nana? Green. So if it is seed color dominant, should be yellow. Last. The nature of majority members of F2 progeny of monohybrid cross in pea plant is. Majority members. Should it be
Heterozygous dominant.
Yes, beta, heterozygous dominant. They were 2 out of 4. Homozygous dominant was only 1 out of 4. Homozygous recessive also was only 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4.
So majority should be heterozygous dominant, means second option. Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So now back to we have done up to back cross and test cross also, Nana. Next to be discussed is actually Mendel's last proposed by Mendel. The first set of principles they are as well called. So, do you need the revision of back cross and test cross, Nana? If anybody, please tell me better. Understood all of you, Nana?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What was back cross? Can you tell me better? Crossing F1 hybrid with one of the parent plants. So this, we call it F1 hybrid. If this F1 hybrid is crossed to one of the parent, either it can be these two or it can also be these two involved in the class. And it is mentioned as crossing F1 hybrid with one of the parents or a plant similar to one of the parents. Why it is mentioned as a plant similar to one of the parents, Nana? Because by the time you raise the seeds and sow them into new plants, the original parent may not be there. So you have to choose the one which is similar to that. Then we call it as backcross. If it is the backcross involving dominant parent, what do we call it, Nana? Dominant backcross. In which case, you know how the progeny or possible types of gametes in this is only one. Possible types of gametes there. How many beta? Two. Capital T, small t. So if this fusing with that, or if this fusing with that, so phenotypically in progeny of monohybrid, dominant backcross. This way the question is possible. That's why I'm telling you. Better you rewrite better. Progeny of monohybrid dominant backcross. Tell me, Nana. They should not be called F2 progeny. Be careful. F2 are those which are obtained by selfing in F1 only. So F1 crossed with anything else should not be called F2 resultant. So we call them, that's why, as progeny of monohybrid dominant backcross is phenotypically tell me beta, all same. That was all tall dominant. Genotypically, Nana. How many types you see genotypically in the progeny? 2 types. That was capital T, capital T, capital T, small t in 1:1 ratios. This we call it as monohybrid dominant back. If it is the other one, what did we call it, beta? Remember? Monohybrid recessive backcross. Which is otherwise called test cross. We are now using the term test cross anywhere a dominant phenotype crossed with recessive. A dominant parent crossed with recessive. Tell me beta. In this case, tell me Nana, possible gametes from here is 2 from this side. Whereas from there is only 1. So capital T, small t, small t. This was tall, this was tall. Here both were tall. So, what do you call this as? Progeny of monohybrid. Tell me, Nana. Monohybrid recessive backcross. Nothing but monohybrid test cross. Or phenotypically two types. Two types, tall and dwarf in
1:1 ratio.
So once it is phenotypic ratio in test cross progeny is 1:1, you say dominant parent given to you is heterozygous. If it is only one type in the progeny, then you say it is homozygous. So genotypically also two types. In 1:1 ratios. This monohybrid, this is back cross, this is monohybrid. Dominant backwards. Crossing any dominant phenotype with recessive parent is test cross. That here test cross is recessive back cross. So anywhere a recessive one crossed with a dominant phenotype, not knowing genotype, is test cross. I think we'll get rubber up to this, no? So definition of back cross, of course, we have done it already. Okay, drop out up to this, Nana. Hey, China. Arey, one who's I need a bed. I need to see all the bed. I'm so many things to the Abita. No, mad. It's all the bed.
కదా ఎవరన్నారు ఎవరన్నారు
ముందు నెట్ జాగ్రత్తగా నెట్ తీయండి అది అంచు అంచు కట్టి అట్లా చెప్తూనే ఉన్నా एक मिनट है उधर जाता हूँ అందులోకి ఒక మాస్క్ తీసుకొచ్చి కొత్తది కొత్త మాస్క్ తెచ్చి రాలేదా Okay, beta. So test cross can be two types. Crossing, recessive pairing. With homozygous dominant, it may be not knowing the genotype. Or same heterozygous dominant, it may be. For us in the textbook, example given is homozygous dominant, violet flowered phenotype. Don't know the genotype. So it was actually capital W, capital W. This anyhow, white flowered. So this is again violet flowered. Genotype we don't know because experiment is sake we have understood, so we are taking it as this. Whereas here it is this. So cross between these two. From this side, possibility only one type. From that side, possibility is two types. So gametic unions possible. Capital W, small w, small w, small w. So in this case, violet and white in 1:1 ratio. Means, what do we take the parent here, Nana? Means heterozygous dominant. Before that, you don't know its genotype. Therefore, we say the dominant parent given to you is heterozygous. Heterozygous dominant. In this case, possible from this side is only one type, from that side also is only one type, in which case violet flower all. So So progeny of test cross, all violet. Therefore, genotype of dominant phenotype is. Tell me, Nana. Genotype of dominant phenotype is heterozygous. Sorry, homozygous. means capital W, capital W. So, test cross enables, this is important. Finally, test cross importance enables the finding out of the unknown genotype or dominant phenotype. भैया इसका हैंड के लिए बोला नहीं अभी उधर देखेंगे देखेंगे अगर रहेगा लगा देंगे नहीं रहेगा अभी यही कर देंगे Yes, Nana? There all of you?
Yes. Yes, sir.
The test cross enable the finding out of the unknown genotype of a dominant phenotype. That's how Mendel also used Nana. So Mendel has test crossed the dominant phenotypes of F2 progeny. Because dominant phenotypes were how many, Nana? 3 out of 4, 75%. Test crossed the dominant phenotypes and found out the genotypes. That was capital T is 1 out of 4, capital T small t is 2 out of 4. He could find out by test crossing, Nana. That is the importance. So that's how he could make out the genotypes of dominant phenotypes. This is very, very important to understand now. A violet flowered plant is given. So you should find out violet color can be because of capital W or heterozygous condition. So when you test cross is simply with a recessive parent, white flowered, depending on the progeny. And if it is all same, then it was homozygous dominant. If it is 1:1 ratios, then it was heterozygous dominant. That's how he concluded now. So the diagram also given in the textbook. You should be very careful about this. So basing on these observations, Mendel proposed okay to rub up this part now. So basing on the results of monohybrid cross, Mendel has proposed two general rules of inheritance. Two general rules of inheritance, which are now called Mendel's laws of inheritance. Or principles of inheritance. now called laws of inheritance or principles of inheritance. What are they, Nana? That's
Law of
what
dominance.
Law of dominance, law of segregation.
law of dominance and law of segregation of nucleogametes. That's what was discussed for you last week in Balraj sir's class. Isn't it, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This week. So those two include, one is law of dominance. Two is law of segregation.
Sir, time up.
Ayo, wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta, no problem. Now we continue tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Tomorrow. Those who have done can use Nana. We'll be discussing these two tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Nana. Bye. Then Nana, shall I close it beta? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nana, I'm closing it.